Hello. Give me 1 second, guys. This looks so blurry, doesn't it? It won't focus on my face. Sorry, things are a little weird right now because I'm doing a video on a desk, and the desk arrived, and I moved all my stuff out of the room to assemble it, and I assembled it, and it didn't work. So now I'm waiting. So like everything's kind of like all over the place. So I don't have a lot of room. So if things look kind of weird today, that's why. So sorry about that. But what is up? What's up, guys? Good to see you. Let's see. How are the levels? Is the music too loud, too quiet? Let me double check. Everything looks good on my end. And we're not in 4K this week like we were last week. Why the desk didn't work? It's a standing desk, and one of the legs has, they have motors in the legs, and one of them just didn't work. It's just dead on arrival. It happens. This can't be controlled. They are going to send me a replacement leg, but that takes time. And so right now the desk is very low, right? Like too low for me because I'm pretty tall. And so that's where we're at right now. And that's why like y'all are down here. You know what I mean? I just set up my computer really quickly on it. But to replace the leg, I'm going to have to move everything off later on eventually. So I didn't put too much stuff on it. You know what I mean? My desk has one motor. Yeah, this is a very big desk, and it has 3 motors. So one of them not working, the whole thing won't work at all, if that makes sense. So yeah. But how's it going, Ant-Man? How's it going? What's up? We got Famished Edits talking about what computer he wants to go. Tech Grant, what's up, man? We had Reluctant Hero, Tech Blacksmith, what is up? What is up? Stang. How's it going, guys? Famished Edits thinking about doing an Optiplex build. Not a bad choice. Motherboard is $15 on eBay. In case I want is $32. Okay, yeah, I'm going that route. There you go. You've decided. Good, and you. I'm doing okay. Yeah, we're doing just fine. We have a vacation coming up pretty soon. For the people who've been here a while, y'all know we usually go on vacation around this time of year. So that's been fun to plan and stuff. But as it gets closer, we have to think about like who's gonna watch our cats when we're gone, who's gonna take care of everything. So that can be a little bit stressful, but it's good. Yeah. How tall are you? I'm 6'2". And right now the desk is on its lowest setting, which I believe is for a child. So I have my desk also very low. So ideally on a desk, you want your legs to be at 90-degree bend, right? For ideal ergonomics. But because the desk is so low, I'm more like this. That makes sense? So like my knees are going up and then down. So it's just, yeah, a little uncomfortable, but we'll get through it. Not the end of the world. I usually have it much higher though, is the problem. That's what I'm so used to. This desk, yeah, the webcam's following me. That's fun. I'm having to do 2 webcams for the build today, so I don't really use this one ever. I put the good one on PC cam. Random Asian kid in EU West. Nice name. Hello, Mr. Weber. What monstrosity are you up to today? I'm just building a PC. We're gonna get started in a little bit. I am building a PC. I'm not gonna say commissioned because I'm not making money on it. A family member reached out to me, as they often do, saying, I need a computer. How can you help me? And so we talk about what parts they want. I order the parts, I assemble the computer, put it all together, and then I give it to them. So when I say it's not a commission, they requested me to do it, but I don't charge family and friends to do stuff like that. So it's just a favor. Yeah, call it a favor. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna build that pretty soon here. When's the best time to build a PC? When you can afford it. I would say that's always the best time. The second best time is going to be Black Friday, which is coming up pretty soon. Even if you're not in the US, around the world, for some reason, they just have Black Friday sales as well. They don't call it Black Friday sales, but that's what it is. So you can, yeah, get some pretty good sales around American Thanksgiving. But don't nothing too crazy. Like just like $20 here, $30 there. Especially like the more expensive the build, the more cuts you're gonna get, right? So if you're building like an ultra budget PC, just go ahead and do it now. You're not gonna get any sales. But if you're building like a normal PC, $8, $9, $1,000 or even more, yeah, you're gonna see some big deals around Black Friday. Some good stuff going on. Hope you're doing good, Jason. Thanks, Dang. I am doing good. Hope you're doing too good. Hope you're doing good too. There we go. Self-correction. Hopefully this weekend I have some time to rebuild my new server and the wife's ITX build for her PhD program. Very cool. Hope you do too, man. That's awesome. What kind of stuff are you putting in her ITX build? Is it just for just schoolwork, or is this like a gaming PC, or what are you doing? Sam, what's up, man? How's it going? Glad you're able to make it. As someone from Texas, I'm also familiar with hurricanes, so best of luck to you and your family. I know they can be annoying. We also go through it every year, so yeah, very, very frustrating. Put GoPros on your cats. They would all hate it. Cats, well, most cats generally hate anything touching their skin ever. So even if we put like a necklace on them or a collar or like a hat or a shirt or anything, they just fall apart. They can't handle it. So if I put a GoPro on them, they would just instantly turn off and they would just lie down and wait for it to come off. Like they would just hate it. Let me get this started. Have you all tried this new flavor of Monster? Shout out to Drew for putting me onto it. I think it's called the Lando Norris flavor, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, this is like a Formula One version. It's pretty good. I gotta say, it's a little sour. So if you like sour, it's not too sour though, because I hate sour drinks. But this one's actually pretty good. I kind of like it. It's the first promotional Monster that I'm like, maybe they keep around for a little bit. It's like the white Monster, but with a little bit more. It's not so aloof. It's kind of citrusy. It's pretty good. RAM price is going up stinks. Trying to buy 128 gigs for 480 the next day went 688. Oh my gosh, that sucks. Yeah, they're going crazy. I don't know what happened. There must be some kind of shortage because it was looking pretty good there for DDR5, and then all of a sudden, I was able to get like 32 gigs of DDR5 for like $70. Now the minimum is like $95 to $100. That's like a 30% increase overnight. It's pretty crazy. How come no one budgets for peripherals? All the budget go on PC parts? Yeah, good point. That's like saying when you buy a car, you have to budget for gas too, which, yeah, in your real life, you should do that. But when you go to the car dealership, they're not gonna, that's not their problem. You know what I mean? Like, they don't care. That's up to you. You do that. When you buy a house, you have to budget for a bunch of other stuff other than the house, but your realtor is not going to sit there and tell you all that. You know what I mean? But yeah, you should. If you're building a PC, obviously you'll have to budget for monitor, keyboard, mouse, all that kind of stuff. But generally, I mean, it's not for budget builds. You can go on Facebook Marketplace and you can get a free monitor. Trust me, there are so if you're okay with like 22 to 24 inches, 1080p 60, there are free monitors, or at the very worst, $10, right? This is for people who are very, very budget. And then obviously you can get free mouse and keyboard if you want, but they're going to be garbage. But there are a lot of really cheap budget gaming mouse and keyboard and headphones these days that you can do it all for like under $50. And it's not the best. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the best, but it's pretty good. So yeah, you're just going to have to budget that into your own budget for sure. Lots of doing LLMs, yeah, it could be a lot of lots of people LLMs. Yeah, it could be an AI thing for sure. Question: what would be the best Wi-Fi adapter for an Asus motherboard for gaming? Also, I love the budget PC videos you did. LOL. Thanks, Foxy Key. The best Wi-Fi adapter. So if it's Asus motherboard, that doesn't matter. The brand doesn't matter. If you want the best, I'm just gonna say it like the most. I'll say like if you really need one, the best you're gonna do is to get a PCIe one, but you have to make sure you have an extra slot on your motherboard. So if you're using ATX motherboard, you're gonna need an extra slot to put that in. Those are generally gonna be the most reliable, the fastest, and just overall the best. Like that's the question, they're the best. And it's gonna run you between $15 and $30 depending on the speeds that you want. Those are gonna be the most reliable. And it doesn't really matter what brand, just find one with good reviews. Second to that, you're gonna find the USB ones. Those are less reliable because it's connecting through USB, and USB is inherently less reliable than PCIe, but generally they're fine too, actually. Like you're not going to get as high of speeds as the PCIe ones, but if you're okay with, I mean, they even have dual band ones now. If you're okay with just pretty good standard speeds, 500 MB down and up, and it's pretty consistent. I've used them before and I've had no problems, and not about disconnects or anything like that. They're going to be a little bit cheaper. No, they're about the same price, I'd say. Maybe a little cheaper than the PCIe ones, but they're universal. You just plug it into any USB on a laptop, on a computer, anything. But the PCIe ones, obviously, you need a PCIe slot, so not as universal. But I'm not gonna say there's any best one. That it's more about like the form factor, right? Hope that helped. You're trying to reuse old parts on hand. This is for his wife's PhD computer. Mostly school, reusing my old ITX server parts, 10600K, an ITX motherboard, and bought an ITX case and Flex PSU. Okay, very cool. That's always fun. I love using old parts sitting around. Is this on 30 FPS? I get so in the weeds about this because it just... thanks, Jason. The hurricane is not coming to my parish, but all of the west side of Jamaica is getting hit for the storm turned to the left, but still flooding is going to be a big issue, though. For sure, yeah. Yeah, I bought Team Force DDR5 6000 CL30 for $85 shipped on August 30th. Today, the same kit at $185. Yeah, I know. Isn't it crazy? Like, overnight, it feels like it happened. Like, I don't know what happened. My cousin's build was $2,500, I'm guessing dollars. God, I hope it's US dollars. For an i5... hold on. An i5 1660K, a 1660 Ti, and 32 gig of RAM, and peripherals included. I'm confused. An i5 1660K. I'm guessing that's a typo. Maybe a 10? I don't know. That seems like a lot. That's not a very good build. I mean, it's a PC with the 1660 Ti. Even with the peripherals included, I mean, that computer looks like it's like $300, right? Maybe $400 at most. $2,500 with peripherals. Even if you had God tier level monitors and stuff. 10th gen, I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's like a 10600. Okay. Yeah, that's expensive. Not only is that expensive, they paid, unless this was like 8 years ago. Was this 8 years ago? then maybe it's okay. If this was yesterday, your cousin got scammed, and it's up to you, Ant-Man. You were supposed to tell them. That did, thank you. I'll have to look into those for my PC. For sure. Awesome. Yeah, don't overthink it, to be honest. Don't spend hours and hours trying to find the best one. It's all going to be good. No, 2 years ago? Oh my gosh. That's a scam. $2,500 for a computer that has a 1660 Ti. Even 2 years ago, which was long past any kind of GPU shortage. Yikes. I don't know. I don't think that's a very good price. I feel bad for your cousin. But if they're happy with it, whatever. Have you ever tried Mocha networking? So I've not personally tried it, but I've heard about it, and I've considered using it in the past. So for those who don't know, MoCA networking is when you use your houses. So in America, most houses these days have coax cable running in the walls. And for like, if your house was built in the last 20 years, I'd say maybe even more, you have coax in your house, and that runs cable, that runs a lot of internet services. Before fiber, they were all ran on coax cable. So what MoCA does is that it converts any coax you have into an Ethernet bridge. So basically you can, let's say you want to have a wired Ethernet connection from downstairs to upstairs, but you don't want to run an Ethernet cable. You can use your existing cables in the wall, connect these bridges together, and then have a computer wired upstairs. It's not as consistent as Ethernet, obviously, because you have different ports and different grabs, but I've heard it's, in a lot of cases, it's better than Wi-Fi, depending on the distance. But then I've also heard a lot of people that it just sucks. So I don't know. I've never personally used it, but I think it's especially good if you live in a basement, and maybe your router's on the second floor. I think at that point, if you're having to cross so much distance that not even like the strongest Wi-Fi could really grab hold of it, or you're going through levels of concrete, which is generally what happens when you go into a basement, that concrete alone is generally what's going to block most of the Wi-Fi. So yeah, I think in a pinch they can work, but I'm not sure how good they are. He bought it for GTRP. His friend built it and used all Corsair parts. I think he got scammed. I think it's a scam. His friend's a scammer. Yeah, even 4 years ago, that was way too much. I agree. Like, unless the peripherals are like 4K 240 hertz monitors, which I don't even think were available 2 years ago, but that computer couldn't even run that. Yeah, that's a scam. Okay, I ordered a PC from Darknet since someone here recommended me. No, we did not recommend the Darknet. No one here recommended. I think he said Walmart. No one said Darknet. Hold on. Pretty sure he said Walmart. Hold on. Yeah, look. Get a PC from Walmart. No one said Darknet. Did you use your Tor browser? Sleepy Mushroom, what's up, man? Dropping by to say hello. How's it going, man? Stay safe. Hope the hurricane passes over. What's up, Jason? What's up, Rock? How's it going, man? Rock, I don't think your name was always Rock. I am familiar with you because of your profile picture, but your name is coming up as Rock. I don't think it was always Rock. An Optiplex 9020 is decent for light to mid-tier titles from what I researched. Yeah. For show. And $15 plus 10 more for CPU and 20 for the RAM is not bad at all. And 7090 for case and power supply and hard drives. Yeah, sure. Just be careful. You're talking about case, you're talking about 9020. Look into recasing Optiplex videos, because there is a little bit more. You need a few special cables, and there's more to it than just simply doing it. So try to look up a video on it, because yeah, recasing is not as simple as they make it sound sometimes. I was having issues with my setup. When I try and upload to my NAS using MoCA, my max upload is 10 megabits per second. But when I'm downloading from my NAS, I'm hitting 600 to 700. Could be your MoCA. It could also be another setting with your NAS. That seems pretty low even for an upload. Like, your upload and your download are never going to be the same, but that does seem pretty low. It could be your hard drives. It could be a SATA port. It could be a SATA cable. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot more to it than just MoCA. And if your downs are looking good, I doubt it's the cable. It could be something in the computer or a setting, depending on where you're running TrueNAS or Unraid or something. So, yeah. Does mesh networks such as Eero increase the Wi-Fi signal in big houses? It does, yeah. That's like the whole point of mesh, right? That you don't just have one singular access point in your house blasting Wi-Fi, because the longer the distance goes, the less it's going to be. And so I don't like that they call them Wi-Fi boosters. I don't necessarily think they're boosters, but they are like spreaders, I would say. So yes, having three of, it doesn't have to be Eero, but any kind of mesh network, you place them around the house, you are going to have much better coverage within reason, right? Crap in, crap out. So as long as your Wi-Fi is good normally, it's going to help it a lot, but it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be way better than just having one access point, but don't think if you get gigabit Wi-Fi speed standing next to the router downstairs that you're going to get gigabit Wi-Fi speed standing next to a mesh upstairs. Like, it is good, but it's not that good. It's not perfect because you're still losing a little bit somewhere along there. So yeah, but they were pretty good. I don't know why it's coming out with Rock. It was Casey Walls. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, it says Rock. I don't know. W Stream, what's up, Rob? Yeah, Rob's name is also Rob. And look, this his Ant-Man's World 1990. Did YouTube change something? It's not showing people's usernames. It's showing like their actual YouTube names. Because this used to be just Ant-Man. It's using people's ats now. Interesting. Yeah, when I switch to Wi-Fi, I get about 60 megabits per second up. Interesting. Interesting. So it might be the Mocha then. Yeah. Not sure. Wi-Fi is full of compromises? Yes, for sure. But it is still amazing, isn't it? As much as people like to talk crap about Wi-Fi, it is amazing that we can go anywhere we want and have access to the entirety of the internet without being plugged into it. I think it's truly amazing. So we have 5 Eero routers throughout the house. Should I get more for the upstairs? Because we have one upstairs I use for my PC. Only if you need it. I mean, you really don't. I mean, if you don't feel like, look, I'll be honest. I have one access point in my home. I just have one. And before we moved in, I originally wanted to get more because I thought I was going to need it. But honestly, our house is designed in a way that it's very narrow. And I've gone to every corner of the home and I've tested the Wi-Fi, and there's no dead points. And everything's pretty good. Even if I go out into the yard, we have a camera on the back side of the fence that hits it perfectly. I go down to the middle of the street, the Wi-Fi is still okay. So, I mean, if you don't need it, don't waste the money. But if you need it, yeah, go ahead and buy one. It would help. But yeah, don't feel like you need to have one. As much as I want to have a bunch of APs all over my house, it truly just didn't make any sense because we don't have any need for it. Like, the access point we have is covering every bit of house we would ever need. I have never had an issue with it, so there's no point in just dumping money into it just because technically it's better, but not really. Like, you know what I mean? We have 400 down and 100 up. Upstairs gets less, and okay, that's fine. Whatever, it's fine. Wi-Fi is great, but my lady is a content creator, so I'm trying to get her something better than Wi-Fi to get all her content to and from the NAS as stable as possible. Honestly, if this is a look, I'm gonna be honest. If this is a business, you need to pay to have someone run Ethernet. She just hit 130K subs on YouTube. Woo. Congrats. If this is a business and this is impeding how fast or how slow you are making videos or you are getting to money, it would not be that expensive to have someone run an Ethernet cable for you. Pay the $100, $200, whatever it's going to cost. A small price to pay. A Mocha adapter already is $100. You know what I mean? And if that is what's holding you back, like, there are better ways to solve it than messing with mesh, wasting your time. First of all, you're wasting time. She's wasting her time if she's a content creator, and just all of that. Yeah, it's like, just pay someone to run an Ethernet cable. If it's for a business or if it's for that kind of stuff, don't waste your time. Don't buy Mocha. Don't buy mesh. Just run a cable. Like, yeah, that's just the cost of doing business. That's just how it is. We rent and we aren't allowed to have people go up in the attic, but I may just do that. Even then, if you can't have someone run the cable, just run a cable in your house. Like, truly, like, have it hanging out. Buy a 100-foot cable. Try to get it as close to the wall as you can. Make it the color of your wall paint. Make it as less intrusive as you can. But surely it's going to be worth it. The few times people come to your home and they go, "What's that cable?" You go, "Oh, it's for my job." Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, get over any of that. Like, it truly does not matter at that point. I sold off. This is Casey Walls sold off his 5700X 3070 32 gig RAM PC for $900. Who would buy a 3070 PC for $90 or $900? Sorry, they're crazy. I mean, great for you, but they're crazy. And found a 7700X B850M 32 gig CL 36000 for $200. That's suspicious. And then got a 5070 Ti open box for $648. Nice. 850 watt Thermaltake PSU for $55. Cool. $30. And then the $30 Cooler Master 3060 MAIO $55 case. Nice. Big congrats, Casey. It's a big upgrade. When did the build start? Right now. That's a good idea. Let's move into all range mode. Boop, 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 boop. Sorry guys, if you weren't here earlier, you could see. Let's get the half naked man off my screen. Can I do this without it being weird? The builds start when the cats come in. I wish. Okay. Let's see. Is this vertical? No. How do I want to do this? Do I want to zoom in? No. We're Scuff. We like Scuff. Was that Greg Doucette? It was Greg Doucette. We refer to him as the half-naked man. Let me see. Oh no, y'all are going to see my thighs. What cameras are you using? I am using two webcams. I think they're both by OBSBot. Just ones I had lying around. This one's pretty good. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do this. Well, that's not right. Stop. Let's move this in the corner. I think that'll be better. He has a funny voice. Yeah, he does. The bundle was suspicious, but his old lady was in jail and needed bail money, so he was looking for a quick sale. I got lucky. I don't feel right about that. I don't feel good buying cheap stuff from desperate people. Like, obviously they choose the price, but it doesn't sit right with me that I'm like, I don't know, it just feels like I'm taking advantage of them. Oh, here, I can just do this. But then everything's going to be sideways. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move this so y'all don't get sick. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna move the camera. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not saying Casey did anything wrong. I'm just saying it just doesn't feel good internally, right? Okay. Oh wow, look at this. Fantastic. Let's see if I can angle it a little bit better. Wow, we've done it. I was going to say the autofocus on the one on you is pretty quick. It is pretty quick. Yeah, I agree. Let's put it right in the middle. Okay. Morals, am I right? Yeah, it just feels icky. Okay. So, as I explained earlier, this is a build for my cousin. She had $1,000 to spend. That's with tax though, so $900 without. And she did not necessarily want a gaming PC, but she wanted a, I guess we would call it 3D graphics, I guess, or just any kind of art program. It's going to be like a Blender and Creative Works and like all that kind of stuff. She does art stuff, right? But I mean, there might be a chance she would game because she does game sometimes. So it would be mostly for art, a little bit of gaming, last me a long time, all new parts because she wants a warranty essentially. And that's fair, right? So did my best to put it into a $900 build. Again, $1,000 after tax, and that's how we do. Hey Jason, do you recommend the LT screwdriver for the price? Nice screwdrivers. Okay, so full disclosure, I did buy this one, but I got this one for free. So just so we're clear. Do I recommend it for the price? I don't recommend two, but if you would like to buy one, and if you use a screwdriver every single day, and you really care about having nice tools, it is very good. It is the best, I would say. It is the best screwdriver. It just is. But it is expensive. So I'd say wait till Black Friday because they'll probably have a sale on it. But yeah, I do like it a lot, actually. I've been using it since it came out. I got it on the first initial wave, and it is still holding up strong. No issues, nothing broke. This one I got at LTX 2023, and we got to like design it ourselves and like pick the colors and stuff. And this one's also pretty good. Yeah, all very good. I like them. Looks for a giveaway? Yeah, maybe for me. Okay, let's start. So at $900, we cannot go. That's a very bright light. We cannot go DDR4. Let's be honest. That's crazy. So DDR5, it had to be. I thought about like if I wanted to go AMD or Intel for her, and I think Intel made more sense for her in terms of using QuickSync because I know that works really well with video editing, and I assumed it worked good for art stuff too, and it was also cheaper. But you'll see where I landed. But for the motherboard, we got the B760M PG Riptide Wi-Fi. She's definitely gonna need Wi-Fi because I know for a fact there's no way she has Ethernet. But Wi-Fi, that's it. I mean, this is like one of the cheaper motherboards on Amazon, and I've used it before. I kind of like it. It does run Intel, but it also runs DDR5. So I'm hoping this is reliable, and having the built-in Wi-Fi means that she can't break it or lose it. Because if I get her a USB, I don't think that USB is going to hang around. It's somehow going to get lost. So having on board. But as far as I know, this only costs like, I think $100 on Amazon, maybe $120. So it's not too bad. Anything in here? No. Okay. But yeah, B760M. So this will handle any 12th gen, 13th gen, 14th gen Intel CPU. Obviously, it's not the newest stuff, but this is not for an extreme gamer. This isn't for someone who cares about having what's brand new, right? So, I mean, as long as it works, that's all she cares about. The CPUs were a little bit inflated when I was searching, but I did get a deal on Amazon resale for the i5 12600KF. I wish it wasn't the F version. It means QuickSync's not going to work. Oopsie doopsie. What's the specs of the build you're making today? I should have put it in the description. I did not. My bad. But we're gonna go over it. Don't worry. We're going over it now. 12600KF. This okay. I'm gonna say something that might be controversial. I believe in 2025, this is the most CPU that 99.99% of people need. I don't think anyone, not anyone, I don't think most people, I'm going to say there is a 0.01% of people, maybe 0.1 of people who need more. But I'm going to say for most people, this is all the CPU you need in terms of cores, in terms of single core boost speed, everything. It's a great CPU. And I don't care that it's a few years old. It is so good. For the price, oh my God. I got scammed. I should have checked it beforehand. I can't believe okay. I got scammed, guys. We got scammed. What's up, Drew? Folks are freaking out over ASRock motherboards, but didn't this solve the X3D issues with the BIOS update? I think they did, yeah. So if you'll notice, I bought this 12600KF. But then I looked at the CPU inside. Let's see if it'll focus. I doubt it will because it's not a person. Can you see the CPU inside? I think you kind of can. It's an i5 13500. A much weaker CPU than the one I purchased. I bought this from Amazon resale. Amazon didn't bother to look at the chip inside the packaging. So whoever returned this scammed Amazon, and then Amazon scammed me. Fantastic. I mean, this came in earlier this week. I should have checked it, to be honest. It's kind of on me. But a 12600KF is much better than a 13500. That was a good deal, Reluctant Hero. I wish I would have bought that if she had wanted the PC by then, but she asked me this week. Okay, so this build is not going well tonight. I agree. Yeah, it doesn't support QuickSync either. Well, hey, this new one does. So I'm gonna use this for now, just so we can build something. But then I'm gonna look into it later, and I'm going to yell at Amazon. So they thought because this sticker wasn't peeled, that dude, the whole box is destroyed. They didn't even think about it. Amazon, you suck. I'm just worried they're gonna think it was me. Wood had the 12600KF for $99 a few months ago. Yeah, that's a good deal. But this PC wasn't envisioned until a week ago. So y'all telling me about all the cheap stuff y'all got isn't helpful. Yeah, this is a 13500. Someone run the numbers. How much worse is that than a 12600KF? I mean, the K alone is gone, but I'm pretty sure just because it's like one generation up, it's not going to be the same thing. Whatever. Normally, I would be upset, but hey, we're hanging out. So I'm going to build with it today, and then I'll just get mad at Amazon later. I mean, I hope this at least works. That would suck if it didn't. What a strange way to do this. Get out of there. Okay. So we're just going for the best. Benchmark it tonight, then new stream with a 12600KF benchmarking. Maybe. Well, that sucks, huh? Oh well. We gotta move onward. For the RAM, these were on sale, so they went in. It's 32 gigs, 5600 mega transfers, CL46. Not super fast, but they were very cheap. And again, this isn't an Omega gaming PC. So in they go. I actually bought these a few weeks ago before the prices went up, and I was going to use them for another build, and that build got kind of delayed. So I'm happy to pass the savings on to her. $13500 is stronger at stock settings than a stock 12600KF. Oh, did we get an upgrade? And it has. Wait, really? Like more, same amount of cores, more single core performance. I mean, we don't get K, but she's not going to be overclocking. Ever. She will not overclock. I mean, if that's true, maybe the scam was pretty good then. Maybe the scam helped us out. But yeah, 2 sticks of RAM. That's all she needs. and I could have gone 16, but come on, if you're building a $900 computer, you got to get 3200. Oh, I just broke it. This really is not going good. Oh, that's why. It's backwards. It was fine the first time. Boo. Yeah, what am I thinking? Is this for a family member? Yeah, this is for a cousin. They requested it. Maybe the 13500 was DOA? Maybe. God, I hope not. It's actually an upgrade if it's not dead. Hey, I'm okay with that then. I was thinking the 13500 is a bit better than 12600K. From what I can see as well, 13500 is significantly faster in multi-core and barely faster in single, so you got reverse scammed. Hope for the best. Dude, reverse scam is so funny. Because it has more E-cores and stronger single-core performance overall. Okay. Interesting. And she's not, yeah, and I want the quick sync, and she's not going to be overclocking, so if this thing is not dead, it's okay. And it's newer. Okay. Hey, here we are. Hey. Look at us. We did it. That's fantastic. Okay. So CPU. She only wanted a terabyte, and speed did not really matter. I know a lot of people are against these kinds of CPUs. King spec. I've used this a lot. No problem. It's as fast as she'll ever need. I'm not going to open it, though, because I need to benchmark this before I give it to her. So I'm going to put in my bench drive. But normally, yes, she will be getting a 1 terabyte later on. Because that's what she requested. Dear PC gods, may the 13500 not be dead. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Intel's had a resurgence for budget builders. Yeah, it's kind of weird, huh? After they had all that fallout. Which I think was a little bit overblown. I'm going to keep that on. I might even keep this part off. Because why screw it down with 2 screws if I'm just going to take it off later? Oh, maybe that's why. It won't go down. Dang it. Okay, fine. Fine. You win. Bro, my PC ran away. We better go catch it. Let's go, King Spec. I don't mind King Spec. I'm not going to sit here and say King Spec. If you handed me 2 drives, or if you handed me 5 drives, and one of them was a King Spec, and the others were SanDisk, Samsung, Team Group, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not picking the King Spec. But that doesn't mean it's not a worthy component. You know what I mean? Where is Brownie? Brownie is downstairs. I don't know. He usually comes up here by now. I don't know. I don't know where he is. He's probably hanging out. Are we testing this PC on stream after the build? Probably not. But if we have time, maybe. There are also new B760 motherboards with a PCIe Gen 5 GPU slot. Wow, that's awesome. Like the Asus B760M. It's $99? That's awesome. What games will she play, and is your wife a gamer? Any tips for a starter PC building hobby for extra cash? Let's answer this first. What games will she play? I have no idea, to be honest. Probably nothing fancy. Is my wife a gamer? My wife plays games, but I wouldn't call her a gamer. She plays a lot of games, mostly the Nintendo Switch and some PC stuff. Any tips for a starter PC building hobby for extra cash? Yeah, 1 second. Do we still have bad blood with Samsung after they scammed you? Scamsung. Damn, we got some real ones in the chat. Yes, we do have bad blood, actually, and I refuse. If you've noticed, I have not featured a single Samsung product on the channel since, and I'm going to keep doing that for the foreseeable future. That doesn't mean I'm going to yell at people who buy it. People have their own ideas of what they want to buy, and that's okay too. But personally, we have bad blood. Any tips for a starter PC building hobby for extra cash? Well, I will answer that as I'm installing the Assassin King 120 SE White ARGB, because this is going into a white case. I don't like making content, period. No, I don't like making content about making money. I don't, especially because the people who are looking at that kind of content are generally pretty young. And I've talked about this a lot on streams before, so sorry, all the OGs who are here. You've heard me say this many times. I want to help people save money. I don't want to help teenagers learn how to make money. Having said that, if you go into it, like you said, as a hobby, and you understand that it is a hobby, and you're not going to get rich from it, and you use it as a chance to play with some PC parts, have a good time, maybe help out your local community, I think there's nothing wrong with it. The only thing I'd say is that don't go gung-ho at first. Don't buy a bunch of parts up front when you're first starting, because you don't know what you're doing. And because what's going to end up happening is that you're gonna sell one computer and you're gonna, wow, that was easy. Let me just go buy $2,000 worth of parts. And then you build a bunch of computers and they're not selling. And then you start dropping the cash, and then you've lost money, right? So I would say as a hobby, feel free to do it one PC at a time, and just do it for the love and help out your local community when you can. And anyone you sell to, don't just help them out any chance you can, because that's a new gamer to the community, right? A new PC gamer. So help them out the best you can, and help out your community. That's kind of like the whole point, right? Here we go. I hate installing CPU coolers. Let me get this crap out of here. Okay. I need to put a backplate on. Peel these stickers off. Sorry, it's hard because my computer's to my left right now because of this desk setup. Yeah, we hate Samsung. Fortnite and Roblox, bruh. Yeah, we do hate Samsung. That's Tech Blacksmith puts it right. Be a good ambassador for PC gaming. That's what I was trying to say. Yes, be a good person. Don't scam people. Don't try to sell broken parts. Be a good person. If they ask for help them out. We want to bring people into this hobby. Rising tides, and it's your local community too. Those are people, they live in your city. It could be a future friend. It's going to be someone helping out your community. He's paying taxes. Give him a break. Assassin King is what they called me in high school. No, they didn't, Drew. I know for a fact they called you the weird short kid. And that was not cool of them. And I wish they didn't do that, but it happened, and I'm sorry. Man. I never know which directions to put this. Here? Here? Okay, probably not there, huh? Because that's kind of going on there. But it's not going to be there either. It's going to be like this. Probably. I think that's the only one that makes sense. That this is gonna go like that. Is this offset? No. Okay, cool. So let's do these by hand. Bro, don't tell chat I'm short. What the hell? Hey, we stand a short king. Hey, any other short kings in chat? Don't tell me why I know, but I feel like Sam is a short person. I don't know. It's got short person energy. You know what I mean? I love that that the term short king ever came up, because it's like the most patronizing thing I've ever heard, and people try to use it as if it's like encouraging. It's like saying like, oh, look at Mr. Handsome. Oh, handsome king coming through. It's like, dude, when it's clearly you know what I mean? It sounds so patronizing. I cannot believe it ever started. Please be the right size. Yes. Oh, look at Mr. Handsome. Handsome man coming through. Oh, we stand the handsome king. Like, if you have to say that, then it's not. And that sucks. Sorry, short kings. Homie says 7-Eleven. Is 7-Eleven short? No, I would say I'd go pretty big on 7-Eleven. I like their drinks. I'm 5'2". Okay. So 900 is the new budget build. Inflation sucks. Feels bad, man. Not quite, Brad. This is not a budget build, but the problem is that $900 was the budget. You understand? That is the budget. It's a $900 budget build, not a $900 budget build. You understand? That's the difference. So no, I would not call this a budget build, but it's a $900 budget build. Okay? Sorry for the confusion. All right, let's get this thermal paste on here. How do y'all like to do your thermal paste? If it's a CPU like this that's long, I go up the middle, and then I do 2 dots left and right. But oftentimes I'll come in and I'll do the corners a little bit, because corners are usually what is lacking after I take off the spread sometimes. So I don't know, people overthink this. Like when people say, I would rather have too little than too much. No, I disagree. Are you crazy? Too much won't really affect you at all. Too little will affect you. Like, what's the problem? It'll short it out. It's literally designed not to. All right, let's see if I can line this up properly. Is that right? Here we go. We're in, boys. Wait, this one's not connecting. Come on. Come on. No. Went too tight on this one. This on? Yes. Okay, now we're good. 900 I don't think ever could be considered high end. Yeah, I don't think 900 is high end. I think it's mid-range. Yeah. I don't think it's I think it's mid-range for sure. You have to understand, people live in different countries. Like, for a lot of people, having a PC that costs $900 is like a hoop dream. Like, it'll never happen. That's like 3 months salary for them. You know what I mean? So it's like, sheesh. So just understand that, you know, it's different around the world. Pretty sure it's non-conductive. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. To the person who was asking about the hobby builds, that's absolutely what I wanted to do. I absolutely love building PCs and just enjoy optimizing to its fullest capabilities. I want others to experience that joy too. Then yeah, I'd say go for it. Just do it one PC at a time, man. Truly, don't go get on over your head. When people call you handsome to make me feel better, it does the opposite. It's like my grandma telling me that. Exactly. It's like, dude, you are handsome. You're Mr. Handsome. I'm going to start calling you Mr. Handsome. Every build is a budget build. Yeah, to someone. 900 is like mid-high, depending on parts, mainly mid. I'd say it's a mid-range, yeah. Guys confuse beginner with budget. Yeah. Who will last longer, AM4 or LeBron James? I think AM4. I I think LeBron's almost done. I think once Bronny starts pulling his weight, LeBron will go, you know what? Take the reins, son. I'm going to go be a commentator on ESPN. But I feel for LeBron because I also have sciatica and it is horrific. But the fact that he can get rid of his very quickly, I've had mine for almost 8 years now. So yeah, that's awesome of him. Let me plug this in now so I don't forget. CPU fan. Boom. All right. We're in. We've got most of the build already done. Can you believe it? I've got a 7900X, a 5070 12 gig VRAM Gen 5, blah, 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 and a B650 motherboard. And April, it all cost me $1,500. Yeah, that sounds about right. AM4 will never die, at least for a decade. Yeah, it's been a decade though. Pretty sure AM4 came out like 9 years ago. I'm just saying the term low budget gets used. I'm just saying the term budget gets used to mean low budget. Budget just means your cost. Yeah, I get a lot of that. People don't like if I put budget in the title of a video. If it's like anything over $500 or $400, they go, this is not budget. I'm like, I give them a break because English is probably not their first language, or they might be not very intelligent. So I let it pass. You know, it's one or the other. They get a pass either way. But yeah, you need one of those jetted hot tubs in your office. Post-stream cooldown. That would be pretty cool. I wish if I had more room, I think a massage chair would be pretty cool. But they're just way too expensive. And they take up a lot of space, you know. For the power supply, we're going with the MAG A550BN because I like it. I'm pretty sure it's C tier on the power supply tier list. It's got a cool look. It's fine, non-modular, pretty affordable. Only downside is that these cables are all black, and this is a white case. So if this looks silly after I plug it in, I might buy some white extension cables. But I don't think she cares. I'll be honest. I'll ask her about it. If she thinks it looks silly, and if she wants to drop $20, I'll say, okay, I'll buy the cables. All right, let's get this out of the way so I can get the case on the desk. What's up? Official Vic 8, what's up? What is up, Official Vic 8? Vic 8, Vic 8. Alright, let's talk about the case. This is the Thermaltake View 170 TGARGV. This is an MATX version of the View, and it is a fishbowl. My God, that's so many scratches. Thank God there's peel. It is a fish tank. Sorry, you can't see the whole thing. Small desk. Oh, but I can do this. There you go. Got that fish tank design. ARGB fans already installed, only 3. That's okay. She wanted white, so white is what she gets. And it fits really long GPUs, so if she ever wants to upgrade in the future, she's good to go. Ugh. Did your cousin budget for Windows 11? No, she did not. So I'm actually going to be installing Ubuntu for her, and she's just going to have to deal with it. Like, that's her problem. She didn't budget for it. I cannot give her what I do not have. You know what I mean? So she's, yeah. How does this come off? Oh, I don't want to break it. Whoa, whoa. How do I get this up? Feels like it's gonna break. How does this come off? Come on, do I slide it? Now slide. Because there's a little metal here to pull on it, but I don't. It feels like when I pull on it, it's gonna break it. It should be coming off pretty easily. Is there tape here or something? There's the peel. Oh, is it magnets? No. Huh. I was considering extension cables for my build. Is there anything someone like me should look out for when it comes to shopping for them? Nah, just buy the cheapest. It don't really matter. Yeah, we're not gonna post third-party stuff. Yeah, do it. Like 30 a key. You should give her a CLI only version of CentOS. Tell her to figure it out. Yeah, I should. Renato G. Hey, buddy. What's up, Renato? How's it going, man? Bro, $900 is not budget. Oh, hey, he's back. Hey, guys. The person we were just talking about is back. What up, Haida? We were just talking about you. Like, literally, like moments ago. How are you? We literally were just talking about you. Okay, I'm gonna look up the manual. I really don't want to break it. It feels like it's breaking. Nope, that's not helpful. Okay, so the picture shows that we can just pull it off. So that's good to know. So I'm just gonna go for it. There it is. Oh my god, it was on there. I legit thought I was gonna break it. That was scary. Hey Rob, yeah, that's right, Rob. $900 is the budget. That is the budget of the computer. It's not a budget build. 1K is budget for most customer who come to me. Well, that's because you're rich, Grant. You got 500 is down bad. Oh my god, where do you live? In this economy, $900 is budget. Manual in the back? Nah, I got one. Okay, and this also comes off. Okay, and it's actually pretty easy. I think there was just some static buildup, and it didn't want to come off. Okay, let's take off the back too, because whenever I do builds, I like to just get everything off. Oh hey, it's out of focus. That's fun. There we go. Oh hey, everything comes off without any screws. That's awesome. Not one screw I had to use. That's sick. Pretty good space for a cable. Look at that. Now see how much space is in there? That's a lot. That is. Look at that. I'm gonna hide a bunch of things in here. $500, you scrounging. Anyone who buys the RTX 5060 with 8 gig are on crack. Oh, you're not gonna like this build then, buddy. $500 can get a decent AM4 1080p build. It's not down bad. Let me pull these screws out so I don't forget, because I'm definitely gonna need them. Okay, and I like to undo all of this and run these before I do my motherboard, or else it becomes kind of a pain later. Look at that, they use a black one. What the heck, man? What the heck? Oh, well, how am I supposed to run these if I don't know the parameters of the motherboard? Okay, I'll put the motherboard in. Okay, well, this is gonna have to come off. That's fine. This is my least favorite part of a build, guys. Having to undo everything, and I actually haven't built a computer in a while. I built that ITX one for the video. That was actually a while ago. I just had to hold on to it for reasons before I posted it. Let me shove all this in here. But now I have to undo this one. Come on. Okay. Let's make sure our holes are lined up. Offset, offset. Yep. Yep. Oh. Oh, yeah. Interesting. This is quite of a long board, and there's actually those not for this. Let's see. Let me pull that out of the way. Count as built-in screw holes. Okay, cool. Yeah, get you a better angle at it. Is your cousin in the chat? No, cousin's not in the chat. She does not watch this channel. Cables are a pain to do. Doing cables is the worst. That's why I never do it. Setting up the MOBO for the CPU SSD RAM is the best part. Yes, I agree. Because it's just so simple. You don't have to lug around heavy stuff, man. If you do aim for its budget, it's still really good in 2025. I don't recommend it though for computer gamers. Oh, competitive gamers. Yeah. If that's the worst part of building, what do you think is the best part? Yeah, I think what Grant said is just the first part we did is it's just so easy and nice. And now I'm like having to individually do this, and it's kind of a pain. Not as fun. But this part of it is kind of like more important, if that makes sense. Like the decisions you make doing this half of the building is way more important than what you decide in the first half, because there's not really any room for error in the first half unless you mess up putting the CPU in. Keep hitting my head on the camera. Sorry, guys. It's really close to my head. You can see in this shot. Look, it's right there. Here, maybe I can zoom it out. Whoa. And then I can angle this down. That should work as an effective zoom. Zoom out. Hey, that's better. I recommend people who come to me who do competitive for money to invest AM5 or competitive in general. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I honestly, most people, if they say like, I want a computer, I automatically assume they want DDR5. Not necessarily AM5, but something with DDR5. Because unless you absolutely have to, because of price constraints, I don't know. I think DDR4 is great for budget builds, like truly like actual budget, low budget builds. But if you can afford it, I don't think there's any reason to do DDR4 at this time. That's why I told her this. She's like, I mean, it was her budget. She told me, she's like, 1,000. I'm like, okay. If that's what you want to spend, that's what you want to spend. I'm not going to sit here and go, well, actually, you're stupid for not buying or building a $500 one. You're only using this for X, Y. You know what I mean? Like, it's her computer. If she wants a $1,000 computer, then she's going to get a $1,000 computer. Because who knows what she wants to do in the future. Don't build the computer you need now. Build the computer you're going to want in a year. You know what I mean? Within reason. That doesn't mean you have to buy 4 terabytes of space at the rip, but I would say just because you're starting with a very cheap GPU doesn't mean you should automatically get a cheap power supply. Like maybe you are saving up for a better GPU right now. So why not get the power supply now? Or else you're gonna have to make 2 upgrades in the future, Jason, what do you think Danny is doing right now? Probably just sitting at home doing nothing. He doesn't do anything these days. He does nothing. Are you in the US or the UK? Well, I'm surprised you can't tell by my accent where I live. You slag. Ugh. Okay, now I can plug in all these things. But the motherboard is being covered here, so I can't slide in anything there. So everything's gonna have to go in from the bottom anyway. Yay. These can probably go here and then here. Just a guess. And the flip. Sorry if this looks bad. I get a better view of it. And I'm the one building it, so that's what really matters, right? Hey, there we go. Is YouTube Danny full-time job? No, he is an engineer, as far as I know. It has a special name, but I don't know the name. Why is your shirt so clean, clean shirt? How do you get that shirt so clean, you clean shirt? I guess that's the best way. There's no room to put anywhere else. Just having this kind of out here, and that's gonna start hitting the fan eventually. It's gonna get in the way of the GPU. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. All right, let's see if I can do this from here. Blind, I can't see anything. It's so dark, so damn dark. There we go. Yeah. I need a break. Okay. I got powered up. More energy. Okay. What do I need? Power supply. Yeah, I think the power supply is gonna look pretty silly. But we don't really have a choice. Black is what we got. If it truly looks silly, I might either get cable extensions in the future, or I might keep this for another build and then go get a PVA one, because they have a 600 watt one that's okay. Let's see. Boom. Now look, I'm only going to use one screw to hold this up, and then I'm going to let go. Boom. See that? It's being held in by one screw. You don't have to use 4 screws, guys. 1 is enough. 2 is overkill. 3, you're just being extremely wasteful. And 4, you're actually actively harming the world. I love this screwdriver. Would recommend if you have the money. Have you seen how many people have came in here complaining that $900 is not a budget build already? I think we've had like 4 people. I'm telling you, I have a lot of international audience, and also a lot of angry people, and they have different opinions on stuff. So I can't get, look. So usually the power supply will go through here. This is blocked by the motherboard because it's a long one. So what, I have to go in from the bottom? That's crazy. This is gonna look crazy. This is the kind of oversight that you don't think about when you're buying parts, you know what I mean? This is gonna suck. Look, another thing that has to come out. It would probably be better going from the top, but then I would have to get extensions. Okay. See, look, now it's all going to be hidden underneath the GPU maybe, but it's just going to look weird. The sea turtles hate people who use more than 2 screws to secure the PSU. I agree, dude. CPU, yes. Why do MSI power supplies always look like bombs? This is my least favorite part right here. Damn it, come on. I think I have it upside down. This is I hate this. This is my least favorite part. And I know I should have planned for it beforehand. There we go. That was actually not that bad because there's so much clearance here. Usually, especially if there's fans up here, oh my God, you get this much clearance to put your little thingy in there and to plug it in. I hate it. That was not that bad. Okay, let me pull through power supply cable. Luckily, there's a bunch of room here. Right now, I'm just trying to get it to boot. I'm gonna make it look pretty later, okay, guys? So don't worry. I promise we'll make it pretty. Pretty is for after the stream, right? Stuff all these cables down here. Get them out of the way. I don't need any of this crap. Okay. Which one of these? But I do need to plug in the fans. Okay. It's the back one. So this can get plugged into these because they can be on the same thing. And then this oh hey, Brownie's here. Come here. The stream mascot's here, guys. Hey, look. Say hi to everyone. He is purring very loudly. Y'all can't hear it, but he's loving whatever's happening right now. Hey. What? What? Hey. He is purring incredibly loudly. I think the mic is gonna filter it out because I have the filter on, but he is an incredibly good mood. I think he just ate. They just had dinner, so he's very happy. Right, buddy? Right, you go do your stuff. Go do what you gotta do. Might have to blacklist this phrase, Jason. What was the phrase? Oh, what budget? Yeah, look, another one. Guys, when you come in here and you say, it's two things. When you say 900 budget is crazy, and first of all, you have Roblox in your name. That's okay. So welcome to the English language. Budget is also another word that does not mean low cost. It means the allocation of money. And so the person who bought this computer, they allocated $900 towards it, meaning their budget for this was $900. It is a $900 budget or allocation computer. You understand? If you don't speak English, I understand. That's why I'm giving you this education. If you do speak English and you're saying that, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, but that's the education course for today. That's how it works. But guys, one thing you can always tell is generally it's very young people. They don't know stuff. So you got to give them a pass, okay? And once they're educated on it, and then yeah, just educate them. They don't know. What's El Gato's name? His name is Brownie. Like the food. Budget equal minimum for their limit. Yup. But what's funny is that, I mean, even if I agreed with what he was saying, $900 not being budget for him, maybe it is budget for someone, right? People have money, like, in the sense of like low cost. So like, you know, I've seen some people say that $400 is not budget. Like literally, like they will come into comments and say all types of stuff, and just you can't please everyone. It's just how it is. Yeah, I should ban the phrase. Next time I'm going to do a $2,000 budget build and see them goes nuts. Okay, I'm just daisy chaining and stuff. Y'all don't want to see this. It's just, this is boring. This is the boring part. This is me plugging in all those fans and to make it look very pretty and all that. My bro in IT says 4K is budget. Okay. Well, good for him. Okay. That should be all of them. And then I find a spot on the front to plug it in. Usually it's right here. Yup. Oh, there's two spots. That's fun. I guess we'll find out which one it is after we turn it on. Come on. Come on. Okay. I have to plug in a fan too, though, so they can actually get some power. Where would that be? I think I daisy chained them all too much. So I guess just unplugging this one would be okay. That one's into this, and this is splitting into this. This is going. Sorry, I know this is boring. Trying to figure out where everything goes. So that goes to this. So that can't be on that there. This. Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna plug in one and hope for the best. Can always come back and fix it. At the bottom though, huh? Refan. No. It's gonna go up here because why not? Okay. So unscrew motherboard and track cable under it would look nicer. I understand. I agree. But this is for someone who doesn't know anything about computers, and I don't want to give them a chance to short anything out or to break anything. And there become complications when you start doing that kind of stuff. So I'm just not gonna do it. This is good. Let's be honest. This is gonna get stuck under a desk and never looked at. if I'm just if I'm just being honest. Can it play 1080p Ultra with DLSS 4 and ray tracing on? I mean, technically, yeah. Technically, yeah. I suppose. I don't know how good it would be, but you could do it. I'm saving up $5,000 for my budget Threadripper PC. That's what's up. Did you see DPX Spark sold out like hotcakes? I don't even know what DPX Spark is. Yeah, I don't know what DPX Spark is. Maybe I'm out of touch. Okay. So, a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but trust me, there is rhyme and reason to this. This is the RTX 5060 with 8 gigs of video memory. And look, it does have those things you just said. DLSS 4, ray tracing. So remember, this PC is for someone who doesn't know anything about computers, and they wanted a warranty on every single piece, which is fair. So it basically means everything has to be brand new, right? For this budget, the only other cards that are in this price range is the B580. And this person, again, is using a lot of creative work like Blender, and they're new to computers. I don't want to give them an Intel GPU. Like, I'm just being honest. Intel GPUs are cool, but they are not for beginners. There's just too much work going into it. NVIDIA has a good streak with stuff like Blender. They do a good job. Their CUDA stuff is good for video editing, any kind of creative work. NVIDIA is just the man. And so in this price point, the best card we can get is the 5060. Unfortunately, like it just is that way, right? That doesn't mean it's a bad card. If you buy used cards, I would say don't buy it. If you're okay with other cards, if you're kind of like a advanced or expert, I wouldn't recommend it. But for a beginner, it has DLSS. It has all the studio stuff they need. It's gonna set them up really good, and it's really low power. It's gonna be quiet and efficient. So while yes, we are leaving performance on the table per dollar, it makes up for it with its creative workload. You understand? And other things. Because this computer is not all about max performance per dollar. It's not really that. This is a computer for a creative. This is not someone who is sweating in their basement cranking 90s on Apex. You know what I mean? You have that GPU? How do you like it? The Fishbowl has it. You have that exact one? Nice. NVIDIA for customers always, unless they request otherwise. Same GPU in my little bro college PC. Nice. Yeah. That's how I feel too. I think AMD is okay if they are like just gaming. I have no problem with that. But let's just be honest. There's a reason NVIDIA has like 94% of the gaming GPUs. Like it is what it is. I wish this was a cheaper card, but you know, what are you gonna do? Oh, it's pretty thick. Wow. Looks pretty good, actually. Look how thick it is. That is thick. Oh my god. It extends past the 2 slot, but it is still a 2 slot. You have the PNY model, perfect for 1080. Nice. No, she doesn't want to stream. Nothing like that. I'm gonna get all the plastic off of it. I hate when people leave plastic in their machines. Like, bro, you're suffocating it. Get it out. Anything else? Boop. And let's take out the HDMI so I don't forget later, because I'm going to test this later. But yeah, I think under certain circumstances, I know people like to circle jerk hate everything online. But remember, there is a time and place for everything. And somehow, some way, this was the time and place for this. I will say, you know what? I really liked the 4060. I think people gave it a hard time. I think it was a little expensive when it first came out. I think 330 is a bad price for it, but when it came down to 300, I think that's actually not that bad for what you got. Remember, it's like more power efficient, it's quieter, it's cooler, like keeps everything nice and cool in your room. And if you use DLSS and that kind of stuff and you know what you're getting yourself into, I don't think it's that bad. As long as you're okay with the unless you want to buy it new, right? So you kind of have to. Good GPU have the 16 edition, the TI. So you have a 5060 Ti 16 gig. Nice. You have the 4060. Nice. I like the 4060 actually. I think it got too much hate. I think it was okay. Hi, what's up? Unusual Dino. Absolute brick of a GPU. I agree. It's really thick. Okay, let's make some room for this bad boy. Got one screw up here. Oh, wow, that's very strong. There we go. Get these two slots out. Oh, is this a break one? Nah, I hate those. Okay. Ironically, this cousin, I made 2 computers for her brother, who is also my cousin. Go figure. On stream a few months ago. So if y'all remember seeing me build like 2 computers back to back, that's why. Oh, my SSD came loose. That was the screw that came out earlier. All right, that's on me, guys. Give me a second. Well, the SSD didn't come out. The heatsink did. Here we go. That's on me. You know, I like doing these live because people feel like they have to be very gentle with computers, right? And like everything has to be perfect. I'm like, don't worry about it. Just, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. Like, make a mess. Like, play around with it. Drop a screw. Like, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. You're not gonna break anything until you do. But I've built hundreds of computers at this point, and I still make mistakes all the time. It's okay. Oh man, it's this bottom one. Oopsie doopsie. Come on. Need to break out another thing. Come on. All right, I'm going with the screwdriver. There we go. Getting medieval on their asses. Like, have fun with it. It's not a big deal, guys. Hear a click. I gotta stand up. I can't see. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I have to. It's the only way I can see. It's really dark. Okay. Click. Come on. Click. Click, damn you. There we go. There's the click. Okay. Let's get this bad boy down. There we go. Screw that in a little bit. Now we can get the screws in. I'm going to lurk and get some dinner. For sure, Tech Grant. Thanks for coming in. Aesthetics, build quality, design, and noise. If you don't care, just want pure performance, get the cheapest model. Yeah, for sure. I agree. There's more to computers than just raw performance, guys. People have different needs. And the people who say, no, only performance matters. You're saying the car you bought, it had nothing to do with what it looked like? Literally nothing. So that means that if there was another car that was identical to it and it was covered in scratches head to toe and it was the same price, you'd still take it? Liar. Quick question. Why is it that same model GPUs have different prices? Some are cheaper than others. Would I be doing myself a disservice if I was to purchase the cheaper GPU model? Thanks. That's a great question, Mega K-Star 108. The real answer is that so how it works is that NVIDIA or AMD, here, I'm going to go full screen for this. Maybe I'll clip this. That's a great question. So here's how it really works, is that AMD or Intel or NVIDIA, they reach out to these board partners and say, hey, do you want to make your own version of this card? And you can charge within a certain range of it. And they say, sure. But then the company who's making the chips, which it's generally just the board, right? It's like they are making the hardware. Okay, that's the part that we'll say NVIDIA. NVIDIA sends them these boards, that's the board. And that is the processing power, that is everything you need on it. And they say, how much can we charge for this? He goes, well, you can charge a little bit more, but you can't, basically, they don't want them all to make the same price. Because if AMD or if NVIDIA has theirs at 300 and MSI has theirs at 300 and everyone has theirs at 300, where's the profit, right? Like NVIDIA is already selling the board to the companies. And so what they tell them is that you can make tweaks to it, right? And what those tweaks usually mean is heat sink, shrouds, and fans. So that's why you see cards that have 1 fan, 2 fan, 3 fan, that kind of stuff. And those the more fans, truly, the more money. And sometimes they do different cooling ways. And that's mostly what they're doing. They're mostly just finding different ways to cool the GPU. Now, a 3 fan card is going to cool better than a 1 fan card, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get better performance. And you probably won't, depending on the card. Because if 1 fan is cooling it efficiently, what is 3 fans doing? It's not going to make it any faster. It's just going to cool it a little bit better. For what reason? You know what I mean? So, but you will pay more for that because they have to design how to cool it. They have to design the shroud and all that. And sometimes a lot of them will also do overclock work on the software. So they'll do like custom BIOSes on the cards and they will maybe overclock it a little bit out of the box. So like if the card is able, we'll just say the number 1000. And if the card, NVIDIA says, hey, this card can clock up to 1200 without crashing or something. But then they're selling it at 1000, right? Out of the box. But then maybe MSI comes in and goes, hey, we've already pre-clocked it for you. So we're actually going to sell these at 1200 and it's going to be a little bit better than the other guys. And they all have different levels of variation and, you know, that also affects stability and all that. But within reason, I would say you don't need more money for a GPU for the most part. 95% of the time, it doesn't matter. As long as it's by a reputable company and it has adequate cooling, so usually generally at least 2 fans, 1 fan if it's a small board, it's going to be fine. Past that, most of it you're paying for aesthetics. You're paying for what it looks like. So like technically the more expensive ones probably are better, but it is a 1% increase in FPS worth $200 to you? Is not to me. So it's really up to you to decide, like, do I want to spend that much money? So no, you're not doing yourself a disservice if you are to buy the cheaper GPU model. Having said that, there are still reasons to look up reviews of different board partners because there have been times in the past where, like talking about the RTX 3080, there were a bunch of them available, but for some reason there was a line from MSI, I think called the Ventus at the time, that just didn't cool as well because MSI did a bad job of cooling them. So it became famous amongst different board partners that the MSI ones just weren't as good, and that it's not that it was going to break, but like if you could get another one for the same price, you were doing yourself a disservice, right? So it's sometimes worth it to look up that kind of stuff if you're making a huge purchase. But generally speaking, they're all going to be pretty much within the same standard deviation of performance. So you don't have to overthink it too much, okay? Yeah. Sorry if I went too much into it. But yes, Rob put it very simply. Aesthetics, build quality, design, and noise. That's it. If you don't care and just want pure performance, get the cheapest model. That's pretty much it. And Nathan, what's up, man? How's it going? So if you wanted to put a water block on it, should you just get the cheapest model possible? Yeah, I agree with that actually. If you're advanced enough that you're going to put your own water block on it, that means you probably know how to overclock it. You know all the stuff. I mean, I've never done it myself, but that's what I would do. I would buy the cheapest. Yeah, that's right. But you will be able to sell the more expensive models coolers for more money, so it kind of evens out, right? So he's saying when you take off the other coolers, they're worth more money, so you could sell those. But I think you should keep it as a backup. But yeah, appreciate it. Thank you very much. For sure, no problem. More fans can be quieter running on lower RPM to move the same amount of air. That is true as well. I forgot to mention that, yes. So when you have 3 fans, yes, it's going to generally be more quieter than a 2-fan variant, generally. So yeah, it is going to be a little bit quieter. Just as a rule of thumb, for sure. Thanks for everyone in the chat helping out. And look, this 5060 only requires 1 8-pin. Look at that. How are the family and Brownie? They are doing good, man. Brownie just came in here earlier. He was hanging out. He's yeah, no issues with Brownie. This is my second least favorite part about putting together a computer. Having to line up these stupid connectors. Jam it in. Oh, wrong direction. All right, that one's on me. Okay. Haha. All right. I think we're good for a boot, guys. I think we're ready. Look how long that took. That's like an hour. That's an hour of like me taking breaks, talking to chat, going very slowly, moving the camera. Like, I remember, and that's how quickly it takes when you know what you're doing. Do y'all remember y'all's first PC build? Didn't it take like 5 hours? Isn't it crazy how quickly you can go when you kind of know what's going on? I need a power cable. No, it's Mickey Mouse ears. This is. Oh, dude, it's nice. It's white too. The white cable. That was quick considering the circumstances. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's give it a shot. I mean, if it boots first try, I'll be happy. I wonder if all the fans will turn on. I really don't know. I don't like that the stupid camera follows me. It shows my pasty ass skin. Whoa, we've got lights. Oh, that's the motherboard. Whoa. Okay. So 2 of the fans have come on. 2 of them did not. That's okay. It just means that we have to plug them in. But other than that, we have boot. Let's see. We got it. And it is ugly as hell. That black power cable right here, I'm gonna have to find a way to hide it. Like, there's nowhere for it to go. There must be a better way to do this. Maybe coming in from the top, but then I would need an extender. I don't know, because like the motherboard holes are blocked by the motherboard on this tiny case. Maybe that's just something she'll have to deal with. I don't know. I actually don't think it looks that bad. Once I like move stuff around and I like cable manage a little bit, I think it'll be a little bit better. It's actually getting blown out on the stupid camera. But hey, we got boot, so that's awesome. Let's see. We get a little camera action here. Oh, broken tripod. Much. Nice. It's a good looking build. We're actually getting a bit later to see what I missed. For sure, man. It needs some work. It needs some work. You can tell it's so jank. Nothing's cable managed. 2 of the fans aren't even turning on. Look at that. And that's okay, guys. People make mistakes. It's not a big deal. I like that case. I have the same one with a 280 AIO in it. Really nice. Yeah, it does seem like there's like really good room for AIO up here. A white GPU will look better in this build. Yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, there was no white versions of this at the same price. It was a pretty high markup, to be honest. So, but knowing my cousin, this build is going to live. Oh, turned off. This build is going to live underground. It's going to be under a desk, probably. So I don't think the insides matter as much to her, to be honest. But I'm still going to try to make it as pretty as I can and cable manage it up and stuff. So yeah. But yeah, not a bad start to a build. Here, I'll change the thumbnail later to this. I do the soy face, right? Whoa! I've never seen anything more exciting in my life. Did I forget to peel the back too? It looks a little shiny. They're peeling the back. Oh, it's making noises. That was fun. It's been a while since I've built a PC, guys. Pretty cool. Let me unplug it though. That cable. It definitely needs some work. It definitely needs some work, but I'm happy to get it started at the very least. Let me crank this up. Let me turn off some of these lights. A little too bright. Can I put my feet up? That'd be pretty cool. But then I'm worried my dogs are going to be on camera. I don't want my dogs on camera. No one look at my dogs. Here, maybe if I just bring this and lay it on my lap. But then I have to hold it. Holding it sucks. Yeah, it was better over there. You don't need to be that close to me. God, I hope I'm not on anyone's living room. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if I was on someone's living room TV right now? That would be so foolish of you. Well, hey, at least I'm not like other streamers. And, you know, being a predator and all that, like, it seems like all the popular streamers are. Oh my gosh. Can I fix this? I hate this. I hate this legs. I've had them for over 10 years. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Let me get my hand. There's nothing wrong with a bit of jank. Once cable management restored, it will be fine. It's going to a good home when it will be appreciated. That's true. At the end of the day, the computer works. It's all new parts. And I think it'll look pretty good. I like panda builds. Oh, black and white ones. Nice. What's up, fellas? Hadzard. What's up, man? How are you? You are a little late. We just finished the build. But you know what a computer build looks like. So I don't think, maybe you didn't miss much. Wow, there are 35 people watching this right now? Y'all are crazy. People love a computer. Let's see. How's it going, Hazards? Guys, I have a big trip coming up. I'm very excited about going. I think I mentioned it before. We're going to Taiwan. And I've been to Taiwan before, and I love it. It's a really, really fantastic place. But we were kind of in a rush last time. What the hell just happened? Oh, is it because I did this? Yeah. Stupid camera. Stop. Okay, good enough. No, I've been to Taiwan. It's great, and but we were kind of in a rush because we only had, I think, 6 days to do it, and we wanted to see everything. So 6 or 7 days, and so we literally went from like top to bottom and like basically never stopped, and so it was just constantly traveling. So it was a great time, truly. But this time we're gonna go for a little bit longer and get to like slow it down and really enjoy each place. I think that's just how I like to travel now. I don't like to say like, I don't want to go somewhere and spend the entire time going from A, B, C, D. Like, we got to hit everything. We got to do everything. It's like, pick 2 or 3 spots, depending on how long you're there, and really enjoy those spots. Like, get to know it intimately. Like, so much. Because if you hit 10 places in 10 days, you're going to go, man, I can't wait to go back, which is awesome. But ideally, wouldn't the idea be that in those 10 days you hit 2 places so well that you'll say, I know that place top to bottom? Well, in 5 days, what are you going to do? But I'm just saying, like, to me, that's like the better way to travel. Instead of having an itinerary and like, oh, we got to do this, this, and this. Like, and I think that kind of urgency comes because people have so little PTO, especially in America. Europeans can leave the chat. We're mostly talking about Americans who don't have enough PTO. And so I think there's like this idea that like, well, this is going to be the only time I will ever get to do this ever. And I get so little PTO that I have to make the most of it. And making the most of it is seeing as much as possible and checking off box lists. Like, if I go to Japan, I have to go to Kyoto, I have to go to Tokyo, I have to go to Osaka, I have to go to Hakone, I have to see Mount Fuji. All of these things have to happen in 7 days. And it's like that, it's possible for sure, but you spend so much time traveling to each of those places and getting situated in new hotels that like you kind of lose the point, right? So I don't know, I just feel like when y'all travel, slow down, enjoy each place. Don't feel like you have to be in such a rush. So I'm excited for this next time we're in Taiwan, because it's going to be slow. We're going to actually enjoy everything and not have to feel like we're being in a rush. I'm looking forward to it. Mostly the food, but I am looking forward to it big time. I have a new 2 terabyte SSD, which I want to put my operating system on. Do I need to partition the SSD at all? Nope, totally not. You can just have one big partition and have your entire drive on it. If you want to partition it afterwards, you totally can. So just do the whole partition all at once when you install your operating system, and then in the operating system you can change your partition if you want. But there's really no need to do that. I feel like it's going to partition it for you a little bit. If you're using Windows, there's going to be, or Linux, it's going to be like a little bit recovery, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There's going to be like 4 partitions that are just basically tiny. You can ignore those, but it's going to do it for you. You don't have to do anything. So just don't partition it at all. Just put it on there. John Wick. Wait, John Wick is here? The John Wick? Come here. John Wick? Back off, John Wick. Who would ever need that? I don't understand. I hate this new desk setup, man. Guys, why are all the top Twitch streamers end up being bad people. It's almost like people who turn it into their job to just be on 24/7 and just play games all day. It's almost like they turn out to be predators all the time. Like, what is going on? Why does that keep happening? Oh, let me see this. One sec, I want to show y'all something. Well, unrelated to what we're doing. What was it called? Because they're immature. I would say it's more than immature, dude. They're predators. Like they're like, some of them, it's like, oh my, you should go to jail. Some of the stuff they do. But yeah, that's a good reason. I feel like, yeah, they're just immature. They found a way to make money in a modern era, and you learn a lot from being in a workplace and having to like fight for money when you're young. But a lot of these people, they become millionaires at 17, 18, 19, 20, and they never go through that stage of not having money or having less money, and they immediately go straight to being rich. So they skip that part of humanity of growing up that is your early 20s, and like they're just immediately rich and they have no one to tell them no, because they're always the boss. Everyone they know around them are looking up to them, and they're the ones in charge, and they like, no one's ever going to call them out on anything. So yeah, very, very sad. Okay, guys, I will post this here. If you want to join our Discord, I only advertise it in the streams because it's only for people who watch the streams. So come be a part of our special little crew. It's very low key. Mostly just chilling, but I love to advertise it to any new viewers on the stream. I usually post some deals in there and talk PC. Twitch streamers that turn out to be bad people is probably a power thing. They think their degree of fame is what corrupts them. Either way, the bad ones need to learn about consequences. That is very true. And it's interesting because celebrities, like traditional celebrities, they have a lot of people around them. They're working with a lot of people that aren't just who they are. So like streamers, most of them are in isolation, right? Like they just play by themselves and they sit in their room. And a lot of them do play with each other and they have friends with each other, but they're all kind of isolation together, and they mostly work with each other. Not necessarily like when you're an actor, you're working with directors, crew people, you're working with all these normal people. Most of these guys or women who are like streamers, they only work with each other and sometimes crew members, but it's generally speaking mostly just them, and they hire people like them to be their underlings. So the underlings are going to be okay with the stuff they're doing. It's people who love watching people play video games, right? So they're going to be okay with whatever they do because they want to be them. Best Discord above? Oh hell yeah, dude. Rob's got it. Yeah, if y'all want to join the Discord, come hang out. Truly, it is very low key. I'm not trying to oversell it, but it's a small enough community that you can actually type something and people will actually like hear you and respond, and it's not like a wave. You know what I mean? Like a wave of chat. Like I'll never understand people who type into chats that have like 20,000 people. Like, who are you talking to? Just join the stream. What's going on? The Crazy Gamer. What is up, man? We're just chilling. We built the computer already. Sorry, you're a little late. We're just chilling before I call it quits. But if y'all are gonna watch the VOD later, I'll update the links down below on what actually went into this PC because I forgot to do it. That's my B. But yeah, you're a little late. My B. Electron, you're in that Discord? That's the best Discord, man. Do you think any dock for the Steam Deck has a chance of scratching the screen? Every dock I've used for the Steam Deck they're pretty good about not doing that. They'll usually have a felt lining on the inside, and I've never had any issue with them scratching the screen. They're very aware of it. If you are hypersensitive to it and you don't want any chance of happening, there is a dock that does not go, like, you don't put it inside a holder. That's up to you to decide. It plugs into the top, and it has its own device. So if you really don't want to like put it to have it sit in a holder in the Steam Deck dock, you can buy something like that, or any USB-C dock will work. It doesn't have to be one that says Steam Deck. They're all going to work. And those generally will just like plug into the top, and your Steam Deck will just sit on your desk or whatever. So if you truly want it that way, you could. But I don't think, like, is there a chance? Yeah, of course, there's always a chance, but I don't know. I never saw it. I never worried about it. I never saw, and I've reviewed a lot of docks on this channel. So yeah, I've never seen any of them scratch screen, but never say never. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? But I don't think it's something that I would worry about. Oh crap! You got me sidetracked. I was trying to show y'all something. I wanted to show y'all before I log off. For sure, man. No problem. In terms of future updates, it's been a good stream. Thanks, man. Yeah, see, it's a good stream when I have something to do, right? Like, but just sitting here talking, no, it's not generally a good stream. That's why I like the streams when I have something to do, like build a computer. Like, unless y'all want to watch me assemble children's toys, that's how it's gonna be. It's just gonna be when I have something to do. In terms of videos coming up, I have a $300 budget build coming up. Sorry for all the people who hate budget builds. The term budget build. I have I think it's like a $700 or $600 budget build coming up, but it's actually using DDR5. So it's like trying to get into DDR5 as cheap as possible. But I might have to put it off because the prices on DDR5 rose since I bought that kit 2 months ago. So but what else is there? Another video, I don't want to say what it is because I'm afraid someone's going to steal the idea, and I've been holding on to it for too long. But this computer is kind of part of that, so I'm excited to do the testing for that. But it'll be pretty cool. I have a video coming up. I think the very next one will be a video for this desk. And if you weren't here at the beginning of stream, it's just a desk, but it's a standing desk. And the reason everything's in disarray in this room is because the standing portion of it doesn't work. One of the legs was DOA, it was dead on arrival, so it doesn't go up or down. So the desk is kind of just sitting here. Being a normal low desk, it's way too low for me. So I have to wait until they get back to me and send me a new leg or send me a new motor. So it's just kind of putting everything on hold, unfortunately, but it's going to be good. Whenever it's finally in, I'll be very happy because it's a much bigger desk. And I don't know if you noticed, it's an L desk. And having an L desk means I have more places to put cameras. So I was able to do the computer build right behind me and not have to move from this chair. And that's pretty cool. I think it opens up a lot of opportunities. So I'm excited to use the desk, but man, it has been a nightmare getting to this place. So the company sent me the desk like a month ago. It's been in boxes, and I'm like, okay. And they're like, yeah, just get to it when you can. I'm like, sure. And finally, I'm like, okay, I want to get this out before the end of the month. Let me build it now. And so we pull all these heavy ass boxes upstairs, rush to get everything assembled, and I assemble it, and then I realize it doesn't work. So then I email the person I've been talking to, the marketer at that company, saying, hey, it doesn't work. Can you help me out? And I got a Mailer Daemon failure response. And if you don't know what that means the email you're replying to does not exist anymore. So the marketer who I was talking to at that company was gone. And I'm like, dude, I have no one else to contact at this company. I have no one. That is the only person I was speaking to. What do I do? And so I'm just like, well, worst case scenario, I got a free desk and they're not going to pay me for the next part, but worst case scenario, I just got a free desk that's broken. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So I contact their support saying, hey, I have this desk. It's broken. I need a replacement. And they're like, well, show me your order number. I'm like, I don't have an order number. I didn't buy it. It was given to me by this person. And they're like, do you have the tracking numbers? I'm like, yeah, here's all the tracking numbers. And they go, okay, we'll get back to you. Well, I don't know. We'll get back to you. Like, okay. Wait a few days. And finally, that dude emails me back from a new email saying, hey, I heard you were getting some issues with the desk. What's going on? Like, first of all, I told your support. They should tell you what's going on. Like, why do we have to do this back and forth? You're not in my time zone. It's going to be another day. Like, they should have told you what was going on. This is very frustrating. And second, he emailed me from a new email. And he said, yeah, hey, this is my new email. You just deleted your old email without telling everyone that you got a new email? That is so unprofessional, right? Like in a normal workplace, what you would do is you would, because that does happen, you need to switch emails, it happens. You would open the new email, make a reply on your old email saying, hey, this one's not going to be around anymore. Please add my new email, and then keep for like a year, for like 6 months to a year. And then eventually, once you're sure everyone has your new email, then you can, most corporations wouldn't delete the old email. They would just sunset it, meaning like they're not going to use it anymore, but they would never delete it. Nope, they just delete the old one, and then he has this new one, and they didn't bother telling me, right? And I'm like, the whole time I'm like, wow, this could have been avoided. And so he apologized, and that's fine. It's over. But now we're doing this back and forth where he's like, hey, what's wrong with it? I'm like, this is what's wrong with it. He goes, yeah, that sucks. I'm a marketer and I don't know anything about troubleshooting. So F me. And sent it to, yeah, let me send this to support. Maybe they can do something for you. I'm like, but this came from support to you. So it went from support to you, the marketer, only for you to wait over the weekend, because, it doesn't work on the weekends. It's fair. And to send it back to support to ultimately tell me that I need a new leg or something. I don't know. It's just very frustrating, right? So now we're in this back and forth dance where I have a desk that is inoperable, taking up all of my room in this office. This is where I shoot stuff. And because now there's 2 desks in this room, because I thought it was going to be temporary, I can't do much. So I'm mostly just waiting for them to repair the desk or send me something to repair it or fix it or something so that I can shoot this video so that I can now do my other videos. So I'm kind of just in this holding period of, frustration. And we're going on vacation in like 3 weeks, 2.5 even. So I don't even know if I'm going to have time to work on the other stuff. Because when I'm on vacation, I'm not making videos when I'm there. I could though. That would be fun. What kind of videos could I make in Taiwan? I feel like just going to like a tech hub could be enough. Like just walking around and like recording. I don't know, where they sell computers and stuff. That is pretty fun. The tech malls in Taiwan and Asia and stuff are so different than here. It's not like a Best Buy. It's like a bunch of small vendors who all know each other, all trying to compete with each other. And if like let's say you go to one, a guy's gonna build your PC, and if he doesn't have the part, he's gonna go walk around the mall and find someone who does, buy it from them, and then bring it back and put it in your computer. Really funny. It's really a fun way to build a computer, but it is kind of stressful compared to like just going to Best Buy or Amazon or whatever. You know what I mean? But okay, some travel blogs in Taiwan would be awesome. I just feel like they don't fit my channel. You know what I mean? Maybe I start a second channel that is maybe not so tech focused, like where I can do personal stuff, like travel blogs. I guess those would be vlogs, travel vlogs, or I don't know, video essays. I don't stuff that like, because if it's gonna be on this channel, it has to be technology, and it has to be kind of budget oriented. Unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is with my audience. So maybe a travel vlog in Taiwan that is like something technology related, like how to buy a PC in Taiwan or something. But I don't want to buy one myself. But just going around and doing that would be pretty cool. Yeah, maybe. I wasn't gonna bring my equipment this time, but now I kind of want to. I always say I'm gonna. Last year when I went to Japan. Last year when I went to Japan, I brought my camera and I recorded a bunch of stuff, and I just have that footage. And it was so much footage, I didn't know how to start editing it down. It was just too much. Because I don't do unscripted stuff where it's just like, here's an hour or two of footage, or in the terms of Japan, I have like 10 hours of footage. Make this into something cohesive. Like, I don't really have that. So that could be fun to edit. It would be a great way to diversify the content. Either way, I will subscribe to the second channel. Thanks, Nathan. I appreciate that. Maybe I would do more streams on the second channel. That'd be fun. Yo, Jason, I missed the build. Dylan, I'm literally about to log off. It's okay, you can watch the VOD. Yeah, there's the build. It's behind me. No problem. Yeah, it's pretty crazy the difference in viewership from whenever just hanging out and talking or building a PC. It is like 2 to 4 times the viewership. It's pretty crazy. People love PC building. Or maybe they think they'll learn something. Yeah, it's a panda build. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to get off, and I got some stuff to do before I go to bed. So thank you for watching. Anyone who came in, it's been over 2 hours. Hope the build was fun. If you want, the Discord's there. Feel free to join it. I put the link in the description. Just scroll up a little bit. If you're watching the VOD of this, thank you. Appreciate it. Anyone who came and watched, anyone who talked, appreciate you guys. People who helped me, Rob, Nathan, Dylan, Reluctant Hero, Hazards Me, Ant-Man, Rad Robot, anyone who's here, appreciate you guys. That's because we all want to build and can afford to. Yeah, that might be it. And maybe we live vicariously through other builders. That does make sense. Yeah. But thank you guys. Have a great night. And a great week. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you later.